Hello, hello. Today is June 29th, 2020, and we are thrilled to have Norm Winski back with us again. I'm not going to waste any more time. Norm, the mic is yours.
Thank you very much, Jeff. Thanks for having me on your show. When I was last on your show on the 17th of June, I laid out some planetary points to forecast different changes and trends for different markets. And we're going to review those now, see what we can learn, see where it works, maybe and what doesn't work, And it's all about pattern, and whatever methodology you have in the market, you're probably doing some form of pattern recognition, and that's what we're doing here. So anyway, so here we are on the night, 17 AC stands for after the close, so that's overnight. Mercury in the sign of Cancer turned retrograde. What is that? As the Earth relative to the other planets goes around and around, and sometimes it'll pass a planet, sometimes they will pass Earth, and it will appear that sometimes they stop their motion. That's called a station point, and reverse their direction. It's all relative to the Earth, just like when you're driving on the highway and somebody passes you. You look out your side window, you might get the impression that you're going backwards. You see? So anyway, so Mercury has to do with the grain. So we're going to be looking at corn, oats. Probably skip oats because nobody trades them. Silver is good because it's in Cancer, the sign for silver. Stocks respond to everything, and wheat. And then we'll be looking at, we had the weekend of the 19th. That was, we had a solar eclipse over that weekend. That's a special kind of new moon. And so I always say, borrowing from the movie Casablanca, we're going to round up the usual suspects. And we got financials, grains, precious metals. And because that occurred in the sign of Cancer, we focused on silver. And then Monday night, the 22nd, we had Neptune in its sign that it rules in Pisces, turn retrograde. So that's like a double whammy for oil and also stocks. Then we had same night we had Mercury at aphelion. What is that? Helios is Greek for sun. Aphelion means Mercury is at its farthest point in its 88-day cycle around the sun. And then it's because it's Mercury, we'll be looking at the grains, and because it has to do with the sun, we'll also be looking at the things that are bright, gold, and glittery like the sun, such as gold. And I'm going to skip the OJ today, but that would be technically one on our shopping list too. But nobody trades the OJ, so it's too bad. Anyway, so there, Venus is going to turn direct the night of the 24th, so we'll be looking at the Venus markets, which are cattle, copper, cotton, sugar, wheat, plus the stocks, always stocks. And there we go. Here's our first Venus market. There's cattle on the night of the 24th, opening of the 25th, and you can see that didn't work so well. And then we got cotton. That didn't work so well. We're off to a bad start here, Jeff. And then sugar is also another Venus market. Of those three Venus markets did not want to cooperate, so we got 3 red arrows there. Then let's see if we can find some green arrows. Here's copper. It just went sideways, so we would do nothing there. But here's some green arrows. There we got the silver. Mercury retrograde in Cancer, the sign for silver. That made a little short-term top there, one-day top. Another little top there, 2 days later, for the new moon in Cancer also. And so that kind of worked. Gold was 50-50. We didn't work so well on the solar eclipse, but because we were two days ahead of the top. But here we were only 1 day at the top when Mercury turned. Mercury aphelion. That's has to do with the gold. So we were 1 day ahead of the top there in the gold. And here's the corn, did okay. We got 2 out of 3 here. We hit the Mercury went retrograde there. That was a little top, the 1 day ahead of the top. And then the Mercury aphelion was, nope, I take that back. That's the solar eclipse. Was 1 day after the top, a high day, and within just a couple of pennies of the high. Our Mercury aphelion, that did not work. Here's beans. We hit 3 out of 3 on the beans. We had 3 points, 3 winners. There we go. We had a little, that was a low there for the beans. It rallied up to that top there. That was Mercury retrograde there. And then we rallied up there to that top for the solar eclipse. And then also Mercury aphelion there. So that worked out pretty nicely on beans. Wheat had 4 points. We had the Mercury point, the solar eclipse point. We had the Venus point. And what else? I'm missing something here. Sorry about that. Where's the wheat go? I don't see, oh, there it is. Okay, we had Mercury, New Moon, and I lost my place again. Oh boy. All right, we'll just move ahead here now. Call me in Mercury, Appian, and Venus, right? Anyway, they all worked. Okay, so we was 4 out of 4 on the wheat. Sorry about that. All right, probably one of my clearest and best ones of the last couple of weeks was the oil, crude oil. Neptune turned retrograde Monday night, the 22nd. And look at that. If you sold on the morning of the 23rd, that was the top bar for oil, and then it dropped 3 handles, which is $3,000 in like one day. Well, that's a very good trade. Here we go. S&P. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points for S&P. All of them were potential winners. You made a low there on the Mercury retrograde. Then we had the solar eclipse there, I think, and then you had Mars went into Aquarius. No, that was another one. Forget that one. And we had 2 points here, and the Venus thing there. That was a 70 handle rally there on Thursday, the 25th, right? So all these work for the S&P. Here's the T-bonds, pretty simple. You just had the top there on the solar eclipse over the 19th weekend. So you sold on the Monday, the 22nd. You would have had a winner there for a couple days, you know. Here's a dollar, same deal, solar eclipse top on the dollar. Here's your British pound, made a low right on the solar eclipse. Here's your euro, making a low right on the solar eclipse. And here's your score. I had 26 of those arrows, and out of those, 21 were winners, 5 misses. That's 80.77% winners. So that's pretty good. All right, what's coming up right now tonight?
Yeah.
Tonight we have Jupiter lining up with Pluto in the sign of Capricorn. Although I'm going to qualify this just a little bit. Jupiter's going retrograde, so it may not be at full power. And so we had a super duper one, you might remember back in April, when the hogs were crashing into the weekend of April 4th, and Jupiter lined up with Pluto there in Capricorn. And I think it was 4 out of 6 lock limit days on the hogs on the downside. And I said they were due to make the low on Monday, the 6th, over the weekend. And they put lock limit down that morning, and they within 21 minutes you were up 20. You went long there on the opening. You had a chance to make $2,900 in 21 minutes. That's fantastic, huh? Mm-hmm. Anyway, it doesn't look like that's going to happen this time. I could be wrong, but because we need to get the big extremes to get it's Newton's law for reaction. There's an opposite equal reaction, and I'm not seeing that kind of action here yet. At least for today's action. These charts were all done last night. I did scan the prices late today, and we only had a couple markets that were even moving any decent moves today. One was coffee, and cocoa was down a little bit. Hogs were just up a tiny bit. Stocks had a pretty big update, which I would have preferred they went down today and got even more oversold into today's close, because this event is overnight tonight. So that kind of muddles the picture there for the stocks. We might have made a low, but I don't think it's going to be a really great low because we rallied into the close. So it kind of takes some of the wind out of the potential sales, you know. All right, later on, a few days from now, on the night of the 1st, we have Saturn is going backwards. It's called retrograde. And it's going to go from Aquarius back to its previous sign of Capricorn. And all these markets might be affected: cattle, cocoa, coffee, copper, corn, cotton, gold, hogs, OJ stocks, and T-bonds. So here's a few markets that I haven't showed charts yet for. Like I said, the cocoa, this is as of last night, cocoa went down a little bit. Doesn't look like a great pattern. What we'd like to see is over here where it's just going down, 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 or it's going up, up, up. But now, the last couple of days, trading days, it just kind of whipsawing, so that's not good. The coffee did pop up here about 3 handles to I think the 100 level there, and so I would have preferred to go down and retest these previous lows here. That would have been, I think, a more ideal scenario, but that's not where we're at. So it might be a little short-term top here on the coffee. And the hogs, you can see they had a big down on Friday. They've been going down, 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 and they just kind of consolidated the day. So probably not as good as that April window, but it's still got a chance to possibly make a low here in the hogs, Alrighty, so here's how to get a hold of me. I got classes. As a matter of fact, I got a free class on how to day trade. And it's all personal, individual classes. It's all free with a double your money back guarantee, right, Jeff?
I guess so.
And so you can get that. I do these the first week of each month, and that'll be next week. So get a hold of me right away so I can get you on the list here to get you registered. So you can get the class. I forecast turns during the day down within 1 to 2 minutes. And there we go. And I teach money management, how to keep the losses small, let the profits run, and all that good stuff. And also the swing trading, which I just showed you. And that's a little more complicated. I get a more advanced class for that if you like that. So I'm looking forward to helping some of your folks, Jeff. I'm in sunny Naples, Florida. There's my phone, 239-594-3939. There's my email, Winski, Winski, at embark with a Q in the middle, mail.com. And there's my Skype, it's Winski_1. Looking forward to helping some of your folks, Jeff.
Okay, Norm, thanks again. We'll see you back in a couple of weeks. So long for now.
All right, thanks a lot, Jeff.
Okay,
Everybody
bye.
have good trading.
Okay.